LaSalle faculty and staff, and all family and friends. Thank you for your love, guidance, and support. Without you, none of us would be coming to this stage today. It is an honor to be with you on this very special day of May 15th, 2011. As a young student in grade school, I could not stand memorizing dates. This dislike continued throughout my education, and it remains to this day. Fortunately, for everyone's sake, I chose not to major in history. That said, I am a big fan of the "this day in history" concept. For starters, the only date it requires me to know is whatever today happens to be. Secondly, it allows a simple scholarly search on Wikipedia to instantly convert even the most lackluster of days into a historically monumental occasion. But beyond that, I genuinely enjoy thinking about the great defining moments that have happened in our past. So what happened on this day in history? May 15th, 1618. Kepler validates his third law of planetary motion. May 15th, 1869. Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton formed the National Women's Suffrage Association. And, most importantly, May 15th, 1928. The one and only Mickey Mouse makes his debut in what would be the first of many cartoons to capture the hearts and souls of young children across the land. As LaSallians, something important also happened specifically for us this day in history. May 15th, 1900. St. John Baptiste de LaSalle is canonized as a saint. May 15th, 1950. Pope Pius XII declares St. John Baptiste de LaSalle the patron saint of teachers. Having laid the groundwork for a community that today has grown to consist of 5,000 Christian brothers, 900,000 students, and 1,000 different institutions in 84 different countries, St. LaSalle is certainly deserving of such an honor. And it is an honor for me to be able to say, on the anniversary of both the founder's canonization and recognition as a patron saint, LaSalle University is unleashing to the world its class of 2011. While I think it is safe to say each of us is thrilled we are receiving our degrees today, I'm also confident that we recognize the value of the name at the top of our diplomas, a name that is just as valuable as the documents themselves. As LaSalle graduates, we will share a unique heritage that cannot be acquired just anywhere. We are the manifestation of a university vision dedicated to both personal and intellectual development. We belong to a mission that values both excellence in teaching and concern for the human person. We are reflections of the undying passion that the brothers, professors, and administrators bring to each of their Christian brother institutions all over the world. Last semester, I was blessed with the opportunity to study abroad in Rome. In addition to gallivanting on trains throughout Europe and eating a lot of pasta, I had some eye-opening experiences specific to being LaSallian. Among these events was a tram ride to a Roma soccer match. On the way to the game, I overheard a rare conversation being held in English. Excited, my friends and I struck up a conversation with the two men, and we soon discovered that one of them was a LaSallian volunteer working at the Mother House. And, wouldn't you know it, during my first visit to catch up with him, who just so happened to be staying at the Mother House, other than LaSalle University Assistant Provost, Brother John McGoldrick. Here I am, half a world away from home, running into one LaSallian by chance on a public transit system that serves a city of 3 million people, and being followed by another all the way from Philadelphia. In addition to a free meal and a peek at the original papal bull that established the LaSallian order, this crazy rendezvous provided me a valuable lesson. No matter how far you travel, there is no escaping the Christian brothers. My experience at the Mother House also helped me realize just how global and interconnected the LaSallian community is. The truth is, we are part of something special, something much greater than ourselves. And wherever we go, we carry with us the virtues of our LaSallian education. As members of this community, Each of us embarks on that LaSallian journey that we hear so much about. It could be sparked by an eye-opening experience on a travel study or service trip, at an Explorer Cafe or an Evensong. The journey may involve grueling and often unnoticed hours on end in the theater or editing room. The ride might have been an artful balancing act between class, work, and taking care of a family. Perhaps it stemmed from the camaraderie you shared among your Greek brothers and sisters, or a moment of courage on the field or court. The exploration may funnel through the chapel or Holroyd Hall, on the way to class down McHale Walk, or on the way home up Worcester Street. It hopefully involves the challenge to acknowledge and celebrate the different cultures and worldviews that we share. The most influential moments of the ride may very well be the ones that at first seemed mundane. Regardless of whether we have the label of undergraduate, graduate, or continuing studies students, whether we live on campus or commute, each of our journeys most certainly has been shaped by our relationships with the faculty, staff, and fellow students of our university community and the spirit of our LaSallian heritage. Having seen the remains of St. LaSalle firsthand, I can in fact verify that the founder is no longer with us in this life. His mission, however, is just as alive as ever. And that is visible in each of our LaSallian voyages. Upon reflecting on our time spent here, I would wager most precious to us is not the time particular events occurred, but the meaning of the moments that we shared. Do we ultimately remember when our sports idols reached great milestones, or do we celebrate their great careers? Do we remember the date our childhood television icons, even Mickey Mouse, first come onto the scene? Or do we reminisce over the smiles they put on our faces? Some may chalk up our commencement coinciding with the feast day of St. LaSalle to serendipity. Others might call it fate. Today's date is certainly an important one in our lives, and this particular day in our LaSallian heritage makes it even more symbolic. But more important than whatever day this day in history happens to be are our reflections over our tragedies and triumphs, our lessons learned that give this day meaning in the first place. Even after all of our student loans are paid off, time will remain our most valuable currency. And just as important as when we spent that time is how and with whom we spend it. Let us remember the moments we share, not just by memorizing today's day. Let us honor this day by expending our time to continue the journey that we have started and to pave the way to mark our own days in history that are yet to come. To LaSalle University class of 2011, congratulations and God bless.